Good day, I'm Pieter Plessis, and today I would like to talk to you about the cardiovascular benefits from exercise on the body. So first and foremost, let's talk about what is cardiovascular disease. Cardiovascular disease is a generalized term used that incorporates diseases like high blood pressure, cholesterol, heart attacks, cerebrovascular accidents or strokes, peripheral vascular disease, arrhythmias, and heart valvular disease. The risk factors for cardiovascular disease is an unhealthy diet, physical inactivity, smoking, and excess alcohol intake. And these lead to high blood pressure and cholesterol. So to quickly touch just on high blood pressure is the amount of pressure in your blood vessels that is formed when the heart contracts and the heart is in rest. With a systolic blood pressure when the heart contracts above 120 and a diastolic blood pressure when the heart is in rest above 80, we are seen in different levels of high blood pressure. When we talk about cholesterol, we talk about the fatty deposits in the blood itself, and this forms part of atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis then is this fat that coagulates and impacts on the inside of the blood vessels, forming a layer and plaques on the inside of the vessels. This decreases the lumen and decreases the size where blood can flow, and in part can come loose and cause heart attacks and strokes. In essence, all medical professionals then would advise for anybody who is diagnosed with cardiovascular disease or risk factors of cardiovascular disease some lifestyle modifications. Lifestyle modifications then would include a healthy diet, physical activity, cessation of tobacco use, and to limit the use of alcohol. And the most important question is, why exercise? Why do we need to go out and laboriously effort ourselves into being a healthier person? Studies have proven that there's a dose-dependent reduction in bad cholesterol when exercising and a raise in good cholesterol. It also increases the amount of insulin susceptibility and reduces insulin resistance. There's an increase in the cardiac muscle mass, which gives us better flow of blood in the whole body, and there's also an increase in the nitrous oxide that is being produced in the endothelial of the blood vessels, which gives us smooth muscle relaxation and in essence a lower blood pressure and less peripheral resistance. Even people who has already been diagnosed with coronary artery disease showed some improved benefits and decrease in atherosclerosis after a 2-year profile of intensive cardiac training. And the benefits from this is astronomical, because we can see a decreased rate in cardiac mortality. If we want to recap, we can quickly go through a figure showing that increased physical activity gives us in the heart an increase in fatty acid oxidation, a decrease in glucose utilization. There's an increase in the ion channel expression and the resting heart rate. And there's a lot of mitochondrial and elemental factors that improves the cardiac itself, the cardiac functionality of itself. In the blood vessels, we can see there's decrease of atherosclerosis and decreased plaque formation. There's an increase in the shear stress possibilities of the vessels, increase in nitrous oxide production. There's a decrease in the new intimal formation of new plaque. The vessels relax and they are more dilated. There's better organ perfusion, and there's a decrease in resting blood pressure. In the blood itself, we can see that there is improved high density lipoproteins or good cholesterol with a decrease in the triglycerides and the low density lipoproteins. Insulin sensitivity is increased, and insulin independent glucose uptake in the muscle is increased, which improves your glycemic control. And there's an increase in the erythropoietin, which increases your oxygen carrying capacity. These effects all in essence reduces the disease burden and increases your chance of having a healthier life with a decreased cardiovascular mortality. So therefore, whether you have already cardiovascular disease or you just want to make sure that you try and prevent cardiovascular disease, partake in regular physical exercise of at least 150 minutes per week or 75 minutes of intensive physical activity. Thank you.